All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Squarena. This is the first game that I've covered for May, 2024, and I bought this for $5. It's a relatively decent price for what you get. The game can be played single player. It is also a single player title. I'm sorry, multiplayer title. All right, it is a multiplayer title, as you can see, with a lot of other characters you can play as. I'm just going to kind of bounce through some of the other modes here, and then I'm going to go to my favorite part of the game. I am playing a single player. It's like super early in the morning, so multiplayer really isn't an option at this time of day for me. I wanted to just give it a shot. I am a firm believer that if a game has a single player aspect, even if it's primarily multiplayer, I think it's important to showcase what the single player mode is like, because you never know. Like, I mean, just because it's multiplayer doesn't mean there's not a day that you're playing by yourself. And it could be for any number of reasons. I was trying to say matter, but it could be for any number of reasons that you're playing solo. It could be because you're trying to kind of improve your skills and capabilities. It could be because you are just trying to practice. It could just be because you just want to play by yourself. It's any number of things, and none of those are the wrong reasons to play solo. Oh, and it could also be for the reason that you have no friends, which is something that's very true for a lot of people. Anyway, this is so the race mode that I played here, I'll be honest, of the modes, I really think if you're going to pick this game up, the primary purpose is going to be for the next mode that I'm going to show. I'm really just showing off these other modes, just so you can kind of see what else is there. This race, I don't like. I don't know what it is about this race, but it feels almost like your character is being pulled to the left. And then, I don't know, it's just the movement system for your character here, it just feels kind of off. Almost like it's very easy to kind of overcompensate for, whatever it is you're doing. So, I'm jumping to the right. Oh, well, what just happened there? Like, anyway, if I'm gonna... Well, anyway, maybe it's the mustache. Oh my gosh. Alright, we're gonna go to the main menu. We're gonna pretend that never happened. And, no, I'm gonna go with purple this time. We'll do this, dude. Anyway, Square Up. Square Up is my favorite mode. I'm not even going to talk about the racing mode anymore, except for saying that it seems like it would be pretty cool. I don't know if that one's really great single player, probably better with multiple players. But the movement just feels weird because it feels almost like you're getting... you're just kind of moving a lot further than you would expect. Anyway, this mode, Square Up, is the mode that I think makes the entire game worth it. Coming from a single player, perspective, I want something that's going to give me replay value, something that's going to be enjoyable by myself, something that I can just have fun with and just pick it up and play. And Square Up is that mode. It is pretty much like, Getting Over It, Only Up, lots of games that have been kind of in that category. How do we get up here? I've gotten up here before. And this is, I think, how to do it. I can line it up right. I don't think I can line it up right. This is going to be a very short video of me failing very quickly. I don't think I'm missing something. I'm pretty sure this is how I got up before. All right, let me, there we go. Oh, there's always another way. Well, I don't want to say there's always another way, but I just happen to be going the wrong way. I think you could probably get up that way, but anyway. So this is a lot like getting up. I'm sorry, not getting up, but getting over it. Like I said, only up. It's a simple experience of being a square and trying to get as high as possible. I have not reached the top. I'm not 100% sure how high up it goes. I do think that the level is pretty nicely designed as far as, the whole point of it. The whole point is to, get as high as possible, and you do that through some very carefully crafted precision jumps, which anybody that's watched me play games on this channel before knows that is not exactly one of my strong points. In fact, it's like such a weak point that I typically don't even try to spend too much time with precision platformers, because nobody wants to watch a guy completely fail for any long period of time. And that's usually what would occur if I was to just, play a precision-based platformer. Man, I can't talk today. But anyway, so at its core, like this whole process, I think is well designed. Like it's pretty entertaining. It is definitely a little frustrating at times, because there are times that I try to make a jump and I jump too far, and then I fall a very long way, which means I have to start completely over. And I'm not a huge fan of that mechanic. I do wish there were checkpoints. I understand why there's not. They don't have to have checkpoints. They're not required. It would kind of almost go against, the style of this challenge here, because this is the kind of challenge that's designed to have you do it in one attempt and like be able to fully do it. And part of the fun, I guess, for others watching you, and even for yourself, part of the fun and entertainment is the failure. And I think it's definitely something that is hard to pull off, to where you have something where it's still enjoyable even though you fail. And yes, it's frustrating, but the frustration is there to hopefully make you try harder and get better. Because as you play, you start to kind of learn where different aspects are, different things are. I don't know what's on the left, if there's anything. I'm not going to take that risk. It's going to go over here where I can't really get much further. But anyway, like I said, it's a fine line to make something that's potentially very frustrating, yet still enjoyable, and to convince people that it's perfectly fine for them to keep trying. And the game does a good job. Yes, there's lots of times where something stupid like that happens. And that sucks, because now I have to go back up. But it's not terribly harsh if you if you fall, it's an accident, and you're probably not going to fall where you want. But there's enough obstacles to where there is a good chance that you're not going to fall all the way down to the bottom. Like you have a possibility of surviving long enough to only have a mild setback. But I do think some of the jumps, like the one that I'm trying to make now that I keep falling from, I feel like that's really hard. Like I don't think it should be that hard. And normally when that happens, I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe there's another path, but don't think there is another path. I'm just personally not somebody who's like super good at this game and games like this. So like for me, it's just like, well, I really want to get up here, but from what I can see, this is my only way. And if I'm struggling, I might reach a point where I'm like, okay, well, I just can't do it. I'm going to stop. And yeah, this is the area in which I have been struggling the most. That jump, the one jump that I just made is really hard, and then that jump is even more difficult. So this is pretty much where I will get to the point where I'm probably not going to play much longer. I have played for about 40 minutes total at this point. And then sometimes because you don't really have a lot of air control, and so if you're like kind of out of control, like I was just there, you can have like a terrible setback. And that is something that I've noticed, where it can be really easy to accidentally kind of slide off something, or maybe you're just not touching enough of whatever it is you're supposed to be on in order to actually pull off a jump. So you just kind of slide out, and it just sucks, man, to try so hard and have it almost not matter. I gotta give the game credit though, because a lot of times I would have walked away after like 5-10 minutes. I would just be like, all right, obviously this game is beyond my capabilities, and I've had enough of this failure. But I think it's good though. I mean, like, it's definitely, you have to be a fan of this genre, I think, to really get into it. And I'm personally not a huge fan of this genre. I've just never really been a fan of super difficult platformers that require a lot of precision. The older I get, the less precision I seem to be capable of. And sometimes I just want something chill. It's not to say that I don't like the occasional game of challenge. I certainly do. I just find this to be a little on the difficult side, and stuff like that happens where I just can't seem to time things right, or that happens and it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I thought like maybe it was like a matter of like the more you jumped like from multiple things or whatever, that it would kind of give you the ability to do stuff. But you have to have the angle just right when you hit stuff. I mean, it's just, this jump right here has been such a difficult jump that I really just can't keep trying. It's super frustrating to see that I can actually make it over to this other ball, but because of the angle that I happen to be at when I hit it, like I can't climb up it. And I've tried jumping from this ball here, but that it's too high. So I hit the other ball. All right, I got lucky. And again, my goal is to try to get as high as possible. And if I make it, nope, I'm done. I'm just gonna stop. I'm not doing it again. Obviously, that jump is just something that's beyond me, and I'm tired of failing there. Well, anyway, that's it's going to be the end of this video. The game is overall is pretty cool. Like I don't regret my purchase. Like I mean, $5 isn't bad. Um, for the amount of stuff that you get. Like there's quite a bit of things that you get to do. And like it's quite um, quite cool. Um, I definitely like this mode. I think it's pretty entertaining. It's definitely rough and difficult, but you know I'm sure other people are much better. So anyway, so that's just a kind of quick look at the game. It's recommended. The link is in the description. Pick up a copy for yourself. Pick up a copy for your friends. Have a good time with it, and thanks for watching.